Excuse me. And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Fada.
Yo,
And if the other people come, they'll come. But as far as I'm concerned, Harlem Heat is in the building. And speaking of Harlem Heat, um, the Royal Rumble was yesterday, and I think it was a good. I thought it was a good show. Um, Everything with the exception of two number 30s where I was like highly disappointed. Everything else it was a good show. Father, what did you how did you like the Royal Rumble?
I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I
Oh damn,
originally
you went
gave it a
it was a
7.
seven yesterday, now it's a 6.5.
Yeah, it was just like it was an Royal Rumble. It was nothing really too crazy. It was just a show. I wasn't really too. It had its moments. It's the Royal Rumble, but compared to other Royal Rumbles, this one didn't really cook as much as the others. But it's still high. Also, shout out to Montez Ford because he was looking like a motherfucking tank last night.
Built like one too. So yeah. Um I'm with you on this. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. That tag match was really good. It was actually a lot of tag team spectacles in that match, so I'm giving that was a good match. Um, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, that was a brutal match. There wasn't a lot of spots, but there was a lot of brutal moments in that match, and Cody going over, that's really good. The women's Royal Rumble, I thought it was good. I for some reason I knew Charlotte was going to win.
I wanted Naomi to win, but we'll get him next time.
I wanted Naomi to. I always want Naomi to win, but um, dang.
Because right now, no one more deserving than Naomi to win the Royal Rumble. She's the most deserving out of everyone, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And then for the men's Royal Rumble, Jay Uso went over, which I was surprised, but Father once again called it. So
Once again, bruh. First of all, let's be honest here. The nigga had a motherfucking title match at Saturday Night Main Event, and the promo that he cut that Monday night, he was winning that Royal Rumble. If you want to know why I knew he was going to win the Royal Rumble, listen to that promo he cut right after Saturday Night Main Event.
you're right. I said, but I will say this: there was two people that really impressed me during that whole run was Penta and Jacob Fatu. I think they both I think they both did really good in the Royal Rumble, and especially Jacob Fatu. He looked like a future monster. I kind of feel sorry for Solo Sokoa though, because I feel like that's what they wanted from Solo, and I think a lot of people knew this too. That when Jacob Fatu comes to WWE, it's going to be a problem. So
Jacob Fatu, he's the total package, if you ask me. He got everything. The nigga can move like a fucking tank. He's built like a tank. And then he can do the lucha shit too. He's the total package, literally. And he can cut a promo.
yo, my friend was like, "Yo, why is there so many damn essays in the ring?" yo,
Oh,
my
no,
homie, that was he was
the,
like, "Damn, there's a lot of essays in the ring." That's
it's
it.
a
That's it.
lot
That
of
joint
Hispanics.
mooch it out.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of Hispanics in WWE now. But they've always been there because Mexico right there, and like Penta literally was born and bred in that region. By the way, Stephanie Vaquer, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Bruh, they've always been about that wrestling shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually, a lot of Japanese wrestlers go to Mexico. You feel what I'm saying? Because they need exposure to that style. So they always gonna be there.
Yeah. But yeah, congratulations to Jay Uso. This road to WrestleMania. I think they whatever is set up for Elimination Chamber, I think that's going to be the pay per view because I feel like that Elimination Chamber is going to be deep. What do you think?
You said what's gonna be deep?
The Elimination Chamber. I think
I
the
thought that was the
Elimination
one you
Chamber
was
is going to
talking
be.
about. Huh? I thought that was the one you was
Oh no,
talking about.
that
No, that
one
was another one.
again.
Another one in
That's
Chicago.
just a wait and see because they could put anybody in there.
Yeah.
There's a
You
lot of deserving people.
hater.
Uh, yeah, I'm waiting on that too. So, any last words before we move on to our topics?
Nope.
Okay, all right. um, Before I get to what I want to get to, I also want to. This is on topic, but I want to get to this bullshit first because I just think this is funny, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this. You see this about the Detroit female rapper that tried to sue Lyft because she the guy that was picking her up didn't want her in her car.
My 600 pound life.
Yeah, for those that want to know what she looked like, I think her name is Dank something like Dank the Moss. Yeah, Dank the Moss, and she's a biggin. This is her. For those that want to know, this is her, and she was trying to go to the Uber. The Uber was like, "Hell no!" Nah. I'm paraphrasing, but the guy was like, "Hell no!" You, I said, "I don't think my car can hold you." He's like, "You cannot fit in my car." And then she was trying to like, I've been in cars smaller than that. He was like, "Bro, look at my tires. My tires is not gonna." Oh man! Now, I want to know, Fada, what did you think about that whole situation?
I mean, he had a point.
Do you
I'm
think he
not
should have
saying.
got fired for it?
Nah, I don't think he should have gotten fired for it. I think he made a decision and he stood by it. You know what I'm saying? Like she is, bigger than other people, so that is a consideration. So I just felt like he made a decision, and now she's suing the company for said decision. So I ain't really like deep in that much. It's just, yeah. Shout out to the big girls, I guess.
Dion done into the chat. What's going on, Dion? Dion, you're muted. I don't know if you noticed that. Dion, Dion, you there? You're muted if you don't know. Well, anyway, okay. Oh, there you go.
Yo.
All right. Um, we just got started. We're just talking about the woman that was suing Lyft because she
Yeah,
was
I had a feeling y'all were looking at something, and that's why y'all were muted when I came in.
yeah, that's what I was looking at. Her
Yeah.
name is Dank,
See, no,
and she's
you
suing
can't
Lyft.
sue Lyft for something that has nothing to do with them. I'm sorry. The fact that you're too big to fit in somebody's car has nothing to do with Lyft. All right. Ain't nobody get on the app and message you and say your fat ass can't get in here or nothing like that. The driver, I saw the whole thing about the driver and whatnot. The driver didn't even say nothing, necessarily derogatory toward her.
He didn't
He
say
didn't
anything
even mention
disrespectful.
her weight. All he said was, he said my car is too small for you. That's what he said.
It's
Paraphrasing
funny.
a little bit, but that's more or less what he said. Instead of opting to say you're too big to get in my car.
The funny part
And
is
then,
in this
yeah,
picture. In this picture, she's a big body hopping out of big body.
stop.
That's what it is. It's a big body.
you,
But go ahead, yeah.
this case shouldn't go nowhere. I'm sorry. It just, no, shorty. And then, can we, okay, I'm all for, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm all for being nice to someone, assuming they deserve to, deserve for me to
Somebody
be
ain't
nice to
right.
them.
Somebody ain't right.
Stop.
But go
And
ahead, Dion. My bad. I ain't mean it.
as much as I want to say something about bullying, and looking at these images, it's like I can't help but laugh because it's one of those things she brought it on herself. Like, stop,
Twitter ain't right.
stop.
It's just about to.
I'm trying. I'm trying not to laugh at her, but and
Look at
she's
this dank
taking
the
it from
Mars in the
me.
back of the XL Suburban. She's about to tear the door off that motherfucker. How the hell she's gonna get her the frigates in there? I don't believe that. Big body hopping out of big body. I'm sorry, go ahead, Dion.
The thing I was gonna say was, can can we start talking about like boundaries and limits and whatnot when it comes to this whole body positivity shit? Because it's one thing to have some weight on you, but when you're damn near the size of the car you're trying to fit in, there's a fucking problem. And now the internet is doing that Winnie the Pooh one was diabolical. I'm sorry.
Get real shit. Someone said get real Shamu. The only vehicle on earth that can carry. Oh shit. Yeah.
People are
We're gonna
horrible.
get you the manslaughter. Go ahead, Dion. She becomes unliftable.
I'm sorry, I
Ooh.
blame for this whole debacle, I blame the body positivity movement.
But I
I'm
mean,
all
at the same time
for,
though,
yeah.
yeah, but like at the same time though, I mean, they're like one of the easiest targets when it comes to roasting is fat people. They catch it all the time. So like at this point, I feel like she's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can clap back. She can just make a diss song. F y'all, I sued this. You know what I'm saying? Like she should
I,
be on that type of shit.
I mean,
So
I was
fuck
about
it.
to say something horrible.
Like look, they all shitting at her. Like they all shitting on her right now.
I was, I had a retort for that clap back comment you just made, but I'm gonna stop. I was gonna say her back already claps enough.
My
Damn,
I think
Twitter.
like if what I'm saying is if you're gonna be big, at least be confident. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, Twitter ain't right. Twitter, Twitter is not right.
But another thing I was going to say is I'm all for not picking on someone if they're overweight or whatever. That's to pick on someone for any reason is fucked up. Mind you, yeah, there are exceptions because again, people do silly shit like what we're talking about now. But I digress. I'm all for being nice to someone, but people should not have to make accommodations for your unhealthy habits. The fact that you let yourself get to that stage to where you can no longer fit in certain types of vehicles says a lot. That's that's not cool. It's not cute. It's not healthy. And this is coming from someone I am when it comes to women, I am an admitted chubby chaser. I like me a one with some extra on her bones. But that's too much.
No, they was cooking her. They was cooking her. Are you done, Dion? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Because I'm trying to keep
Um,
these jokes circling in through my head from spilling out.
okay, I'm just going to say this as a fellow biggin. I'm not that biggin, but that's like biggin. But as a fellow, like I understand. I'm look. Even sometimes when I get in lift, I don't want to be getting into those small ass vehicles. I mean, I'm not as big as her, but you know, you like even then sometimes
You're
you
not
can feel it
squeezing in
sometimes.
somebody's like Volkswagen or some shit like that. Somebody's
Yeah,
Volkswagen Beetle or some bullshit like that.
I don't. It's just like if you seen that one part in Norbit where Rasputin was trying to fit in the seat and was getting on Norbit, that damn it, Norbit, you just move my damn seat, and then she was doing it. And
When she was hitting the car over the city.
yeah, I'm like you. I'm trying to be nice, but I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw that, the meme that came out my head was "Get your big ass up out of here, bitch." It's like I don't know, but I don't want to be. I'm trying not to be mean, but yeah. You gotta. I think dudes understand this. It's more or less. I seen this a lot from women, big women, especially since they're like fat women advocates that telling people like I shouldn't pay twice for seats or like every time they get on a plane or somewhere could
you,
they
you shouldn't take
borrow
up 2 seats.
they feel like society should accommodate to their size instead of them losing weight. So there's a lot of that. Um,
So let me get this straight. You would rather be obese, unhealthy, high cholesterol, blood pressure through the roof, bones and joints probably ache like a motherfucker because your skeleton cannot support the extra weight on your motherfucking body. Yes, I am sitting here running down all the risks and troubles that come with obesity because I've been forced to read about this shit a dozen times in the military. You should know. You'd rather go through all of that, put yourself through the physical anguish of the bullshit that comes with being overweight. You'd rather deal with that and force the world to have to try to make you comfortable than to just lose the weight, potentially look and feel better about yourself, extend your motherfucking life because heavier people die faster. Make it make sense.
hey man, some people want to live their life that way.
Make it make fucking sense.
I don't know, but yeah, continue. Bro, you got to know your size. Come on, it's one of the things where it's just like, bro, like society is not it's not going to accommodate to you. It's going to accommodate to like the average American, which is not that big. It is somewhat of a privilege to be that big because it falls under the seven deadly sins, which is gluttony. So, and I don't even try to get biblical, but that is really is the truth. It's just like it's one of the seven deadly sins, and gluttony is one of them. And I understand you try to be a big girl advocate, but even most big girl advocates like Lizzo, they end up losing that weight because if you see Lizzo now, Lizzo is definitely smaller than when she started at. So, um,
Monique's another one.
Monique is another one. Laurel Howery is like he got in shape. He wasn't even a fat dude. He was just he was kind of like chunky, but he wasn't a
He
fat dude.
was,
He was
yeah.
just Jonah Hill. He got in shape. You know, that
Jonah
white
Hill dropped mad pounds.
he
Jonah Hill
dropped.
was huge.
Yeah, he dropped mad pounds. That white girl that was I forgot her name, but she's kind of like she always been the fat white girl. She done dropped weight. There's like a lot of
You're either talking about Rebel Wilson or Amy Schumer, one of them two.
Rebel Wilson.
Okay. British accent?
Yeah,
That's Rebel Wilson.
yeah. Um, Yeah. A lot of them drop. A lot of them end up dropping weight. It's like I can understand you like want to be say big girls be healthy, but at the same time you got to understand society is society, and people are going to accommodate to what the societal norms are. You're not part of the societal norm, so you're going to have to make do of into the societal norms. I can understand they have clothing stores for you, like the big and tall, the big and the BBWs and all that other stuff. But most like okay, but most of the times when you get that big, you have to acknowledge that you're not going to find things in your size, or and I don't even want to get this to this part, but some people are just not going to find you attractive or any like accommodate to like anything close to your size because most of your stuff has got to be out of custom fit, or you're just gonna be like most big people I know, wear big ass sweatpants or wear big ass sweatpants because that's the only thing that you can fit and muumuus. Um, but also uh with
And the
this,
places that actually make clothes for big folk, them motherfuckers is expensive.
yes, because it's a lot of it is a lot of fabric going on. So like plus the help freezes Dion that talked about. But they say she might have a case because where she from it was like um him denying her this you could put that under discrimination and weight kind of considers this discrimination. So she may have a case, but I think a lot of people will be like, nah, get your big ass up out of here because
But
you knew
that, but you can look and tell she physically can't fit in the fucking car.
yeah, I know the guy, yeah, and that's the thing. Like I think most lift vehicles they give you a car, but most of them they like you use your own car, and if you know your own car,
And most Lyft drivers drive the typical street car, not no big ass truck or nothing like that. The ones that do drive like the trucks and the vans and SUVs and shit, you got to pay extra for them niggas.
exactly. This is you're not gonna yeah, like I said, you got to accommodate to them. They can't accommodate to you, and I know that angers a lot of people because one reason or another, but that's just that's the way society is. So you just got to deal with that. So that's all I gotta say. Anybody else got any last words to say before we move on to our next topic? Go big girl, what you gonna do? Go big girl, what you gonna do? Go big girl, what you gonna do?
Oh shit.
Go big girl, what you gonna do? Go big girl, what you gonna do? Okay. Um, on to our next one. It's about our president of the United States, head chief of state Donald Trump, and DEI. Now, if I'm reading this correct, Trump is getting rid of all DEI, or rollback on DEI, and a lot of big corporations are not really utilizing DEI that much anymore. So I come to the panel. How do y'all feel about Trump basically getting rid of DEI?
Um, just can you give a little bit more detail on what exactly it is?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Basically, like how affirmative action was kind of like the thing where it was like, uh, how can I say this? It's basically was there so minorities could get the chance to get into jobs. This is like somewhat similar to, it's not affirmative action, but somewhat similar to affirmative action, where it's just
Yeah.
like brands and a lot of people they was trying to have more equity, or more color. Let's just say add more color to a spice of life or some shit like that, or anything, whether it's clothing, fashion, jobs. Because I've been hearing a lot of things about the that a lot of people was trying to do. So that's basically it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. But I'm gonna
Hmm.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna let me try to give you a proper definition.
No, just I got it more or less. My next question was going to be, so what exactly were the things that he supposedly removed or whatever? That helps knowing exactly what he did.
Okay, just all right. This man, diversity, equity, inclusion is a set of practices and policies that promotes fair treatment and full participation of all people. DEI is to create environments where people feel respected and valued, whether they can achieve their potential. So basically, now what was your second question?
Like what exact changes was it that he made?
Basically, like how affirmative action, if there's like an all white, let's say like stores like all white, they have to hire a minority just like to set their quota or some shit like that.
Mm,
Or like how like Asians, when like the Ivy League schools, when they need like a minority, they kind of like go to the Asian communities, and since they kind of score high and all that, it's just things like that. It's just mostly, but it's like I said, mostly for like workplaces, environments, and I think even in schools or some shit like that.
huh.
So the corporations that's been like taken away was just like Walmart, Target, and Amazon. Just like they, so you might not. Let's just say you might not see that many people. You for June. You know how June is like Pride Month.
Yeah.
You may not see the rainbow. You know how all the corporations make this shit on rainbow like on Pride Month.
Makes sense. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you may not see that no more. Let's
So
just say that.
so basically making that optional.
Yeah, or just take it away completely. So a lot of people look at it as very racist. Yeah, go ahead.
There's Yeah, see, the first thought that came to my mind was that you're going to see a lot of colored folk, you know, dispersed from a lot of places. Yeah, this explains a lot of what I've, seen when it came to a couple of videos I saw involving Target and a couple other stores. But um, here's my thing: certain communities have it to where, okay, that particular demographic of people basically run that part of the city. So it's nothing for anyone else within that same demographic to get some form of a job, while there are other demographics of people who ain't quite got it like that. You get where I'm coming from? Hello? Can y'all not hear me? Oh, don't tell me this
Oh,
thing
no,
done
I heard
muted my
you.
shit.
No, no, I heard you fine.
Oh, okay. I thought my shit was acting up again. I was gonna have to exit and come back.
I heard you fine, yeah. I just had to make a phone call, but yeah, I heard you fine.
I just
You,
think it's not surprising, me personally, that he's getting rid of like the DEI shit. Because, I mean, the one thing that you kind of have to understand is the foundation of the country and the culture that, resides in it. And I mean, all of us know. So it's like, it doesn't really surprise me. So now, you can still build from that, kind of thing. But the only thing that I would say is a lot of people have been getting, he's been getting rid of a lot of people. If you haven't been noticing, he's like a lot of people have been getting fired and he's replacing people. So he's changing it up. So shit like this is gonna happen. He ain't done. This ain't the only thing too. So there's gonna be a lot more changes to come, and you're just going to have to see it for what it is. These people don't hide how they feel, and they're gonna act on it. And people voted for this. You feel what I'm saying? So
Material Life has into the chat. What up? What up, B?
Oh shit.
Hey y'all.
Okay. We as you know, we was just talking about DEI. So, I wanted to get your opinion on Trump taking away the DEI thing.
I'm I'm low key glad. And the reason why is I'm kind of upset that because black people haven't like we really want to believe like black people have truly been benefiting from DUI. That's not the case. Like there's probably a few, but not as in the capacity that we would expect in DEI to hit. Like let's be honest. Like more people of other color fall under, the whole diversity. Let's be honest. So if you're getting a gang of Asian people falling in these categories, a gang of Hispanic people falling in the category, and then black people. Then women in general. So then they'll just say, oh, let's add white women into the category too, because they fall under the woman category. Um, so then we end up not winning. And then we still end up falling right at the bottom of the poll. And then they say, oh, well, black people been, well, have we? Have we really been though? Like when you really look at it, when you look at like a business and you only see one black person hired versus like the 15 of every other race, like we're not winning. They ain't giving us no prize. Um, they've never given us a prize. Any black person that is standing in a row that they're standing in is because they've definitely earned it. They're qualified beyond measures, and so they've never earned. They've never given anything. They've always had to fight for it and and make sure they're super qualified for it. And even then, they're still not handed to them. That's why like, when I see people like y'all upset with even with the Target thing, like this has already been a thing. So I'm like, and then I seen a video where a girl was like, "Oh, there's nobody shopping at Target." Let's be honest, who really shops at Target? It's a selected group of people. You're not gonna get Walmart parking lot in Target. You're not gonna get Costco parking lot at Target. Target satisfy a certain group of people, and they're not always packed. There's plenty of days you can find a parking in Target. So I'm just like, people like, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like y'all fake upset about what? Because y'all wasn't benefiting. So what y'all fake upset about? Yeah, I like how we always have this like rage when something drastic happened. Like, bro, let's be honest. Like, let's start being honest with each other. There's no need for this fake rage. Oh, I understand everybody's upset because of this or whatever. And like, black people are at the forefront of it, but y'all wasn't benefiting. Like, I don't see any other race at the forefront yelling crazy about DI. Like, as heavy as black people seem to feel like it's affecting them the most. But like, none of y'all was, a lot of y'all that are yelling wasn't even approved for any of those roles. Wasn't even in those roles. Never benefited. Some of y'all still unemployed with all this DEI. They
Mm.
managed to find a way to put y'all even farther behind. But when you say that, oh, you're hating, you're like, no, if you really look at the numbers, it's definitely giving. They gave zero F about y'all. They found a way to find a bunch of other people they could put ahead of y'all. And as black people, we always become like we're the leaderboard for it. And then all of a sudden we don't see the benefit of it. Like, let's stop being like fake rage. Like, okay, create the black target. If y'all feel like, okay, Target ain't doing what they supposed to do, create the black Target. Create the black Walmart. And then y'all say, oh, these mom and pop shops are small, but Target wasn't big when it started. Y'all have all these products, put them there, put them in black companies. Ready all these black things. Start putting your money in the black bank. They're there. But I'm like, it be fake rage. Like, y'all not that mad for real.
Is that it? Is that it? Until your life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've always looked at DEI as a double-edged sword because, like B said, if anybody was wondering, because who was benefiting the most out of DEI, and this is from what I've seen, it was white women, Asians, Native Americans, disabled, LGBTQ, veterans, and then Black Americans. We was like seventh on that. So if you was wondering, yes, even though like we was trying to look at as the forefront of DEI or like the face of DEI for some reason, we was not getting the benefits. Black men and black women. More or less, they was doing other things. Then it's just like how white women are looked at as minorities the same way. Also, if you, my whole problem with this is that we, you know, this is my personal problem is that we start movements like this and we always have to put other people in it. If you want to do for like she said, if you want to do for ourselves, we should do for ourselves. But I do understand why most people are mad about it. It's just that again, the fact that B said not many black people was benefiting from it in the first place. So it's just one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now me, I do understand and I've always been the advocate of start your own shit and start your own business. But even for this one, it's like it might be harder than now because now big corporations are not only buying people out, but taking your ideas and then selling them in their own. So especially, I know what you're trying to say, but I've seen it done before, where it's just like, let's say, um, if they but they'll buy you out like they did Amos and Andy, or it's just like they'll like if you're not, let's say you're not going to buy their product, they'll try to replicate your product and then use it with theirs. I've seen them do that plenty of times, and since like now that we're in a day where big corporations are buying out everything, I think a lot of people are having troubles with that. Now, don't get me wrong, you have your internet, you have the you have your internet, you have many ways, you have word of mouth. Hell, you got Master P. Master P, he's still, and I'm using this as a analogy term, basically selling things out the hood of the trunk. You know, like he did the old school way, like he used to sell his albums. Now, if you haven't seen Master P, he's always selling something, and like whether it's like Snoop Dogg cereal or Rapid Snaps or some shit like that. I don't, um, it's good. It's good that you see people do that, but it's also like my thing is you got to get people to trust in the brand because and this is coming from a person that lived in DC all their life, and we had our own fashion, we had our own food, we had our own style, and like for the longest we would wear our stuff before like anything, and then next thing you know, everybody's wearing Gucci and Fendi and Prada, and that's the problem. A lot of people want to buy those expensive things that white people made instead of black high fashion. It was the same way how I felt about when they was boycotting Gucci, and Ti was like boycotting Gucci. I was like, okay, since we're boycotting Gucci, are there any alternative brands that you should hook us, or black brands that you could hook us up that are good in quality and good in fashion? But no one ever gave us like substitutes. So that's always been my problem with that. Is that if you're gonna like tell us to boycott something, give us an outlet to where like they can shop and like buy stuff. But I don't know. I feel like black people like we get emotional in our things. We have the solutions, but half the times we don't act on the solutions like our predecessors. Because trust me, when they boycotted the buses, they boycotted the buses, and they made them lose money to where the fact that they had to change something about it. Black people, we need to be the same way. We need to stay up on our own stuff. So, um, anybody else got anything to say about this?
I'm gonna say this. This is what happens when you make race the priority of your politics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
this is why racism makes no fucking sense. It's not a good metric to, you know, base a society on or base someone's identity on. It's dumb. You get this or you get that because you're this color. Like, huh? Remember that motherfucking what's it called? Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy wished everybody was gray blobs.
Yeah.
That's what I think about when I think of DEI. And
Oh,
then
I'm
them
great.
niggas were still
I'm
like, "Oh,
more
I'm
great.
grayer than you. Oh no, I'm
I'm
more
grayer than
blobbier
you.
than you."
I'm
Like,
blobbier than you.
oh my god, that was a powerful episode. I'm just saying, you seen it right now.
I just look me. I just want us is like if we gonna stand on it, stand on it because like we've gone through this before, and as Black people, we show that we either have the talent because I just like I said, affirmative action. I do get it because the only reason affirmative action or DI was that we have the talent and they was overlooking us. I do get that, and but I also feel like we also need to stand on our own shit. And I feel like if black people would support our shit more, then we wouldn't have to go to these white corporations. But also, I know the upside of that. Like Tulsa, Oklahoma, where for some reason, when black people do proverbial, lace up our bootstraps, white people motherfucking tries to tear it down. So my thing is like, if we're gonna like, do it, if we're gonna be doing stuff like this, we need to make sure like our shit is straight and our shit is good quality, but two, make it to the fact that burn they won't fucking burn us down or try to take our shit without paying us first or some shit like that. Even if other races wanted to use our shit, like we should be the ones benefiting, and you know
But
uh
we can't bring up
go
Tulsa
ahead, B.
because we can't bring up Tulsa because that time was different. The the whole burning and lynching black people and all that other stuff, that was that was the it was possible then. Like I'm not saying it's not possible now, but like the mindset of black person isn't as weak as it used to be. Like they're not. It's not the same era. The things that happened back then, like it wouldn't have. It would still happen now, but it wouldn't be the same effect. It wouldn't just fly easily. Are you talking about a community that was created black by black people for black people? And I understand, like, some black people, they have like these stigmas that, oh, if they get in, like, black businesses have bad customer service, blase, 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 blase. Like, they'll say all that extra shenanigans that don't matter. Um, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. Like, a, a Black Wall Street, Black Tulsa, like, I wouldn't say, okay, you know how like Atlanta is now being like the Black Mecca. But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like the creation is possible. We're in a time now that everything is possible. That the amount of black businesses that came alive during Trump's first run is like that's what I'm saying. Like it hits like every time a president, like every time Trump comes around, black people finally start to think for themselves. And then like let's be honest, like the last 4 years during Biden era was like all these black businesses wasn't like we wasn't seeing the evolution of new black businesses, of new opportunities. It was just like it seemed like everybody just went into these guys. All of a sudden, it's like, what the hell? Y'all just was, booming, multimillionaires, black millionaires, boom, 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 the creation of them, all these new businesses, and then all of a sudden it was like, ooh, rest, and we just got lazy. It was just random, like a random lazy spirit hit everybody all of a sudden. Like the drive wasn't there anymore. But now it's like I understand. It's like, but like, who's gonna like? And I heard what's her name? Tabitha was like, oh, in Atlanta they have like this village market or whatever. It's like a black village market or whatever. But she's like, it's too small. It's not too small. It's only small because you're not there yet. It's only small because more black businesses are not putting their products there. But until black businesses see that even their the small locations, if they put their products that people want to, or people engage, people are buying. If you're putting your products in these small locations and advertising these small locations and also giving them the foot traffic that they need, they can become big. But you gotta give them the chance. You gotta give them the opportunity. You gotta help them, like guide them. I understand people are like, nah, I don't got time for all that. But you gotta make time. At this point, we're in a time now. Black people need to start making time to help and lift and bring up a black company up and like build them up and create this network that belongs to us. Like, and if it's like if it the celebrities can't do it, then the community has we can do this multi share thing where everybody donate their money and then create this like this location where it's like the first, the second, and then you give shares and like do something. If I feel like is that like don't just be complaining and crying and be on social media like creating that fake outrage. Like create something as a community. You can all come together and buy a little suite somewhere or like a building block or whatever the case may be and like make this little the community store and like y'all all find somebody who works there and somebody like y'all buy y'all stuff and have y'all products selling out there. Like that's how Tulsa, Oklahoma was created. It started with one and then it just kept on growing to the point where they had their own bank. But the fake outrage, oh, we can't do it. But y'all want to march. And I'm not trying to be no leader of the pack. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be the one marching in the forefront. Oh, let's create the black target. I'm just saying, like, there's like the fake outrage is if you're not you fake like you're not real outrage. 'Cause, like, real outrage will come with like doing. That's all I got.
Okay. Any last words before we move on to our final topic? If you build, if as the old movie said, if you build them, they will come. That's all I'm saying. As black, as far as and black people, we'll be all right. We always, we,
For centuries. Wait,
that's
what
all
what
I'm.
did, what topics we talked about so far before I got here?
Uh, the big girl that was suing left because she couldn't fit in the fucking car, or the driver said she couldn't fit in the car.
That is hilarious. Go ahead, girl. Get your little change.
And a little bit about the Royal Rumble. I think that was it.
The what?
The Royal Rumble
Wrestling
wrestling.
stuff.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I watched it a little bit.
Really, what did you think?
It was it was it gave me like nostalgic vibes. Like it felt like I was back to being a kid watching it and I was just like, wow. Like the acting is so amazing. But it's still reminding me as like I was being like back in the days when I used to watch wrestling and it was just like it felt so fun to watch. But it was so like like before I knew wrestling was fake, like did I really believe all this? Like it looks crazy to me now, like as an adult to watch it because you're like, I know y'all like, bruh, you like, never mind. It's like you see something that they like literally did not make them go cuckoo, and then all of a sudden the next thing that happens is like, oh, they missed the countdown for that. I'm like, bruh, you literally fell on your head. I mean, but never mind. I was like, okay, yeah, I got that. But it was funny.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
see why y'all still like it. Yeah, adult age.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
especially now. I think it's been it hasn't been this entertaining in a while, where even casual people are now paying attention to it. So that's saying that's saying stuff. Um, oh yeah, and yeah, it's only been two topics. It was gonna be like I said, it wasn't gonna be that long of a podcast. But on to a final topic. Trump has been getting rid of the immigrants, and uh, looks like he's been real serious about this deporting thing. So I wanted the panel's thoughts on Trump's getting rid of the immigrants. How do y'all feel about that? Oh, but before y'all go, I just want to say this. Shout out to all the Hispanics that voted for Trump and now getting deported. Y'all basically asked for this. You literally asked for this when y'all made Donald Trump the president.
Yeah.
So I would just say that. But go ahead. Whoever wants to start.
Like Fada said earlier, is anyone shocked? No one should be shocked.
You know who shot the motherfucking immigrants?
You're
I
not shocked.
mean,
They're not even close to being shocked.
Have you heard that?
To
No,
be
but have you heard some of the tactics they've been using to get the immigrants though?
honest,
Like, this is what a friend told me. So, take it how you want. The they like, let's say your kid goes to a school, right? And the ICE will like take your kid and put them in the offices, just like, and they know their parents are immigrants. They basically be like, we have your kid as hostage, and for you to get your kid back, you have to come to the school or some shit. It's something along them lines. They've been using.
That's
mm-mm. I
that
hope
sounds
people.
mad illegal.
Yeah, don't like that is so false. Like
That is mad
I
illegal if
hate.
they're really doing that type shit.
Yeah, even my son's school had to send me a letter in regards to that because there was like so many parents is hearing that story, and it's like that is not the case.
Shoot, you know why I believe it? Because there was a video of, people was like, oh, you want a prize? They say you want a prize, and then like you go to the door, come to find out like they've been dealing them, they've been arresting them. So I can believe them doing that.
People just be false in it, false, like doing the most,
Because to
create,
me,
and
because
I
this
think it's a
sound like
fear tactic
I'm
creation.
like, I think, don't get me wrong, is like I'm not for it, but I also think if that is the case, that is a smart plan to get the immigrants. It's just like, how do you get the immigrants? You go through the kids.
Well, there's plenty of other ways. First of all, they already have a list of most a gang of them, and then the
Yeah,
other ones
I
are
know
through
that most people
checkpoints.
that getting out, motherfuckers in MS-13s and other gangs and all that other stuff. So I know,
Hmm.
like,
But
some of
then
the
the other
gaming.
method is the checkpoint. So they're also doing the checkpoint method. They're not going to children's school and like they're going to people the addresses they have on file. And it's just not Hispanic. Like there's Asian immigrants, there's black immigrants, like in regards to like Jamaican, uh, African, Haitian, Bahamians, Trinidadians, the full island cuss, um, the full Hispanic, full European, German immigrant, Irish immigrant. Like there's a slew there of like a long list of immigrants, Russians. Like it's not just like I know we all say just Hispanics, but Hispanics are not the only immigrants. That America. When I say the boundaries of immigration in America is very very long, and some of them were here before a lot of people was here. Some of them only know here, but at the end of the day, like we was all aware of the process that was coming. What confuses me though is when I didn't like the speed. I've never seen nobody move at the speed he moved. I was like, nigga, only been 10 days in. So I'm 15 days in. So, now not even 15 because I don't even think he been in for 15 days. But like 8 days, and then I think I seen a video with Dr. Phil. I'm like, why is he there? Like, make it make sense, y'all. Like, why is Dr. Phil there? Like, don't nobody. First of all, niggas about to get deported. They don't need you out there interviewing them. And second of all, these people are trying to do their job. They don't need you out there, them trying to protect you. I'm like, people just be doing too much, trying to be cute and funny so they can get on these news anchors like they need clout for a living. Like, people are going through
Trump got
stuff.
him. Trump got him scared.
Yeah, but it's like at this point, it's like celebrities being like Dr. Phil hanging out with them people at work. Boy, go get your raggedy ass somewhere. Like when did Dr. Phil become the immigration part of ICE immigration patrol?
I asked that same question, but
Like
if you I don't
he
know
ain't even
the way Donald Trump has been running some of his branches, I'm like, damn man, anybody could be anything. I still think Elon Musk is going to destroy us all. Him and his Nazi salute dance. That was going to be my final thought too. It was like Elon Musk, but that's all I'm gonna say is like, yo, you get what you pay for. Yeah, as I was saying, look, it's one of those things where it's just like that's kind of like what you for like a lot of who was it? I know Hispanic women mostly voted for Kamala, but I know Asian everybody else was like pro Trump. Except and like the only people that was really like pro Kamala was Hispanic women, black women, and black men. The only person that really everybody else was on Trump's side. So that kind of shows you where that went. So the fact that he's not only just getting rid of like the Latin immigrant, but you know, all the immigrants, it shows you well,
but they
you
have.
know, this is
We
kind
gotta
of
be
like what you
honest
vote
with
for.
ourselves, though.
Hmm?
Like we gotta start being honest with ourselves. Like you're talking about some. Like I understand. Everyone has a reason for coming, or however way they come, or however method it is. But like, like that's 4 years of Biden, and I felt like I don't know, but if he let 30 or whatever they said, 30 million or 3 million, whatever number it was with the three, if he let 30 or 3 million in, right, during his run, like we could at least try to get like citizenship or whatever, like try to get something to make you legal. Cause like he was in a giving era, unless they was lying. Unless the media was lying, he wasn't in no giving era. He was deporting like wildfire. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like yeah, that was 4 years. So it's just you know what I mean? Like there's so to see him like to see Trump come in and do this, like this is what he preached about. His whole tour was that um drilling terrorists, getting America back to like, stability or whatever he called it. Um, where money is coming in. That's what he talked about. So I don't know how people like I don't think that's what I'm talking about, that fake rage. People be so fake mad. But in reality, like that's what y'all wanted. Like let's be honest, that's really what y'all wanted. Because like when you look at it, everything he's doing is exactly what people was crying about. But they were so happy for him. They was clapping so hard about. So like that selective rage that, oh, I'm so upset. No, you're not. You wanted this. Some of y'all sitting at home keying about it, watching the video, and like low key happy. But y'all want to like they want to pretend and they want to be the same group of people who like do these fake marches and stuff. But it's like if y'all voted him, this is what y'all wanted, right? Or no? Am I delusional or what? And I'm probably sounding cold hearted because it's like, oh, well, these are people and they got. But it's just like I hate the fake delusion, like the fake mad, like people be so mad. But in reality, I know because clearly, not once did he say anything different. So I'm just like, are you really mad, or are you just portraying for everybody to like create this illusion that you're standing just how y'all was creating this illusion that y'all with Kamala? and then the poll said otherwise. Was it too much? Was it too much? Did I say too much? No, I guess I
Nah,
did.
you said what you said. Uh, any last words before we move on to some do you cares and then final thoughts?
What are these do you cares that you speak of?
Academics grooming a 15-year-old and the drama that was going on with tonight's conversation with Keita Rose and all that other shit. Ace metaphor.
Yeah, and y'all go watch the Kiki Palmer and SZA new movie.
The what movie?
One of them
Oh, the
days,
SZA
Kiki
new
Palmer
movie.
and SZA
I
movie.
haven't watched it yet. Is it out?
Uh huh.
Did you see it
I watched it yesterday.
in the theaters?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
You think I just bootleg it? And I'm about to say it on this podcast out loud. I bootlegged it yesterday. No, no, I went to go watch it yesterday.
Wow.
so,
No,
so the
I don't
past
know. I
10
was
minutes.
like, I would watch it because I like Kiki Palmer, and but I don't know if I'm a fan of Issa Rae's comedy. I do think she's pretty as hell though. I don't know if I'm a fan of her
I like
comedy.
her as an I like her as an actress, not that much as a comedian.
No, it was funny. It was like it was really funny. Like, but everybody's talking about some Black Friday. I mean, some Friday. I didn't give that at all. I don't know. I probably gotta
Did
watch
you
Friday.
just beat a
It didn't
motherfucker
give
with
that.
another motherfucker?
Yeah, but yeah. What was it? I'll probably eventually. I'm gonna go see it. It did the trailer did get me interested in it, and I do like Scissor. I do like Kiki Palmer. So, and I heard Cat Williams is funny in there too. So,
Since it's like since it's so funny too.
oh, oh, okay. Yeah. Let me get through my do you care. Yeah. Do y'all care that academics was basically got banned from Twitch for uh grooming a 15-year-old child?
What you mean grooming a 15-year-old child?
You said how?
But what does that mean, grooming a 15-year-old child?
That's a good question because he was, but let's just say he was just being, because he was definitely being inappropriate with a 15-year-old. Like it was some kid in the Fortnite, and he's a mod to like one of the streamers, and like him and some other academics is like 35. He was asking like some inappropriate questions you probably would ask to a minor, like would you suck someone's like would you suck this person's dick, or like um you got an 18-year-old sister, would you smash this 18-year-old sister, or some shit like that. Like he was asking dumb
Wait,
questions
what?
like that.
So it
Huh?
was a dude. It was a boy mod, and he was
Yeah, he was a
asking
boy
if
mod.
he was. So was the boy gay? Like I'm so
No, the
confused.
boy is not gay. The boy
No. The kid actually on a couple of different occasions was trying to stop the damn conversation.
yeah, he was actually the mature one, and you know, academics. He started crashing out. He was like, you know, I've been on too long for people. I done helped too many people to call me a weirdo. I don't know why he said that like that mattered, but yeah, he started crashing out, and he ended up losing endorsements because of that whole situation. But they called it grooming. So do you get like do y'all, I was wondering, did y'all care about that?
That's so weird. I'm still lost and confused. So it's a boy. It's two kids or one kid?
It was one
Just
kid.
one.
It was one kid, and they was playing Fortnite. This what it was. It
Well,
was
that's
playing Fortnite over.
academic playing Fortnite with a little kid.
Because
That
if
was his
it's no,
mod.
he was online and like because the kid's from another country, so it's just like it was like through multiplayer online.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a
So
rando.
Say it again.
It was a random kid. Like he don't even know the kid.
They know him because he's a mod from I don't know if you heard of Playboy Max.
Yeah, that's the one that had that beef with Fabio and that other dude, right?
Yeah, so it was that kid is a mod in Playboy Master's Discord. So I guess like um, they was playing. It was doing this over the Fortnite, and he was asking them inappropriate questions. So
okay.
they caught that
So
grooming.
So everything was just bad from beginning
I'm
to end. Like,
I'm going to well, I'm gonna say this. This situation was hella inappropriate. I wouldn't call it grooming, but I would damn sure call it harassment. Because
mhm.
again, that kid was trying to get the hell out of that conversation. And academics kept pushing, kept egging him on.
Okay, I think I found it. Hold on.
Yeah.
By the way, the second guy's talking is like Tory Lanez's manager, from what they say. It's like Tory Lanez's manager, who is also like in his 30s.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Uh, it's okay. We can stop.
Okay, that's basically it.
So you see what I was saying? Where I wouldn't call it grooming, but I would damn sure call this harassment.
Yeah, but I don't understand why. Like, no offense. Like, I feel like there should be like an age separation that happens in life. Like, it should be no reason. Like 18, like 17 and below should be able to conversate with like, or
Converse.
like, yeah, or like play with like 18 and above. You know what I mean? Like there should be some sort of like separation that happens somewhere that like keeps people protected. Like in these games, and I understand people will lie about their age or whatever the case may be, just so they can like play or whatever the case is. But like it's like there got to be something put in place because that was just awkward. And first of all, like, and I understand like how is like why is he a mod in somebody's Discord at the age he is? Like he shouldn't be a mod in somebody's Discord. There should be an 18 and up agreement for you to have somebody being a mod in your Discord. That's like a job.
I agree with you on all of that, except that I will say this: my nephew is one of my greatest partners in a first-person shooter. So yeah, my nephew is a prodigy. So if I need to get a win, score a win in a Call of Duty game, I'm calling my nephew. Just so
How
you
old is
know,
your nephew?
he's like 13. Keller, straight,
Because let me
yeah,
tell you about my 9-year-old son on Mortal Kombat, boy.
yeah.
Well, those
He's
are
like,
like family though. Like I think because even PlayStation has like family management and stuff like that, or like it's just like I just feel
I
like
no, 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 no. I see what you mean, but what I
kids.
was the point is, I know some like I know as far as the gaming part, I get it. Like, cause there's been a couple times where like I remember like when Black Ops One came out, right? And this dude was cursing out my nephew. He didn't know my nephew was playing, and I had to get on the headphones and just like, yo, chill, my nephew. And this is when he was like very young, and I had to curse him out and some shit like that. But I'm not gonna lie to him. But my nephew better at Call of Duty than I am. So usually, but and I know some like I remember like even me going to like an arcade, I had like playing fighting games. Most of them was grown men, so like I was beating grown men in, like fighting games and stuff. So is that's not totally the problem, but I do agree that there has to be some type of filter with the Discord thing. Like I don't know why he has a 15-year-old as a Discord mod,
Yeah,
but
but academics is a weirdo in general. Like academics, like no offense, all them grown old bastards sitting there with a bunch of little kids on a Zoom call or a Discord call, whatever the case may be. Like
that I agree with you with. That I agree with you.
and I understand a lot of kids gonna join Discord and a lot of these YouTubers, influencers, the kids is definitely the ones who's like, really be on the like, watching them and streaming them and like really taking them to the next level. But it's just like at this point, there gotta be something. Like it should be no reason for a 15-year-old to go be able to go live with a 30-something-year-old Discord. I can understand he writes some stuff from the chat, blase, blase, but like to be able to like go live with and like because it shouldn't be no reason for him to be on there. And the academic, you too old for this. Like that whole cross not being weird. Like he been weird forever. Like at what point do he stop being weird?
I think once a weirdo, always a weirdo.
No, I just don't. No, I think
I,
unless you call it out, they don't know that you're a weirdo. I
No,
think,
I can.
and
I know he a weirdo, but like, what
but
kind of
my
weirdo?
thing is,
no, you okay? Here's the thing, and I'm calling him a weirdo as well, but you call him a weirdo. He may not think he's a weirdo. He may think it's perfectly normal,
But
and it's just like I
everyone
thought
call him that.
it, huh?
Everyone call him that. Even to his face, they call him a weirdo. Like he
Yeah, that's what
knows
I'm saying.
everyone
Like
sees him and labels
you
him a
may think
weirdo.
you may think he a weirdo. Most other people don't think he a weirdo. And don't get me like I said, I think he's a weirdo too. But there's some people that they grow up with just like, or like you ever heard some stuff where it's just like that's weird, but you also come to find out it happens all the time, like in the community, like
Mhm.
what's a perfect example? Niggas going to high school after they graduate and start messing with some of the young girls there after being outside the parking lot. Like
Yeah.
that's weird, but you see it happen all the fucking time. It's like you. That's. I hope that's a good example. I think that's a good.
Well, I hope
Um,
it doesn't still happen. Versus like what during our age and stuff in school, that was definitely a thing. Like these niggas didn't know when to quit.
yeah,
But
and
like the
then like you be
moment
like,
that
yo, it's like
technology,
you're like, damn, that's it was one of those things like, damn, that shit is weird. And then like most people is just like, really? I don't like I know niggas that do that all the time or some shit like that. People say that. It's like
yeah.
that doesn't it doesn't take away from the fact that it's still weird, but it's just that's what's the best way to say it? That's how motherfuckers get down. That's it's like you see that, and
Yeah.
most people just look at that as common. Or most people like in their world, it's not weird. So
And I
I hope I'm
understand because
I hope I'm explaining this correctly because I'm not defending academics at all.
no, I understand because it just seems like academics because he's the same one that dated a little 20-something-year-old. And academics and to be honest, they're about the same people. Bunch of weirdos.
I don't think this is the first time academic been caught saying some wild shit to somebody.
No, this is not the first time academics been caught saying some wild shit.
Well, he was friends with Six
Well, it's
Nine.
the first
They
time
hung out
academic
together too.
has gotten out of, I don't want to say demonetized, but this is the first time it hurt his pockets for saying some wild shit. Because
No, I
he
don't
said,
think his practice is hurt.
oh no, he lost endorsements, he lost sponsors,
He
and
does.
he
He does it all the time. That's just
huh?
common in his life, man. The show he had
That
with Joe
that shit
Biden
hurt.
back then on the red carpet, whatever they used to have, that little show with all three of them, him, Joe Biden, and that girl,
Yeah,
that went sour. Um, I think he had another show on what, YouTube or something, or whatever his little podcast he used to do until he moved it to Twitch, I think, or
Spotify.
yeah, like
Yeah, when academics had a podcast, yeah, he moved it to. It was sponsored by Spotify. This is
like, it's just common for academic because he always do something wild or like he was dating a little child. Like, well, I'm not a little child in the sense of like less than 18, but I wouldn't put it past him. But in the sense of like the girl was like 21, 22 or 23, I think, and he about deep 30s or whatever the age he is.
yeah, yeah, but um,
And
I do
I
want to
know
say this
academic been on
first.
Fresh and Fit because he seemed like the type.
Yeah, I do want to say this. First things first, I would never do this to a minor. And what Ack said is a weird. I want to get all this shit out. Ack is a weirdo. I would never do this shit to a minor. And like, I don't think anybody should be asking these questions as a grown man. You shouldn't be asking these questions to a fucking minor, or be anytime doing these type of shit. But I'm also saying, and this is kind of the point I'm getting to. I've seen shit like this before. It's just not out in public. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is one of those locker room talks, the whole Donald Trump grabbing by the pussy thing. And the thing is, it's supposed to stay in the locker room, and it's not supposed to be out there. Now, be mindful. I don't think Act will ever put that kid in the situation. I'm not defending Act. I don't think he will. I'm just saying I don't think he will put him in that situation where, like, he would smash his sister, because I feel like he wouldn't know that would get in trouble. But I also see like people do that shit test just to see how far like they could fuck with the kids and all that stuff. I don't like, or not just with the kid, but someone will fuck with the person. Like, I've been in shit tests before. I know a lot of people, they done had shit tests with their friends and all that other stuff. They just want to know how fucked up their head is and some shit like that. But um, the one thing is like I think he got to a point where he felt so untouchable that he felt like no one's gonna fuck with him or his money, and then next thing you know, someone fucked with his money. So you got to be mindful. You can't be doing shit like this. I wouldn't call it grooming either, because I feel like people utterly use that shit. But I do, but it is weird, and I feel you should not be conducting this with a minor. I will agree to that.
Like I said, not grooming, but you can clearly hear the kid expressing his discomfort with the situation. So again, I categorize this as harassment.
Yeah, you can say harassment. That definitely is a better word for it. Because, but to me, it was sad that like I feel like even the kid was trying to make sure academics didn't lose his endorsements and stuff like that. So, and then like the whole thing with academics crashing out on talk about I'm too big to be called a weirdo or something like that. It's just, and then it was
No,
just like,
no one's too big to be called a weirdo. Look at how people treated Michael Jackson.
yeah, I was about to say like, and also look at Diddy. I bet you look at what Diddy's going through right now.
The no, Michael Jackson was
Was
treated like a weirdo.
Oh no,
Diddy
yeah, they was
is a
calling him Jacko.
weirdo.
Yeah, they was calling him Jacko and everything. I,
Let's be clear about that. They treated Michael Jackson like a weirdo. Diddy actually is a weirdo.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely right. They definitely gave Michael Jackson until they found out he was innocent. But I think people really thought Michael Jackson was guilty. I really thought them Michael Jackson jokes was flying. I think Family Guy to this day, Family Guy has the best Michael Jackson joke I ever seen. And too bad I can't play it because of copyright. But I don't know if you've seen it before, where he was like performing, and there was a little kid, and he just grabbed him and then just ran out the building.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
I, bruh, I never thought Michael Jackson did it, right? But I ain't never laughed so fucking hard in my life.
Shit.
I said, yo, that was about the funny. That's one of the funniest Michael Jackson jokes I ever seen, and it came from Family Guy. So damn. Okay. Any last words before we on the other? Do you care?
Um,
Okay. Accurate widow. That's, let's, we ain't saying once before. Act as a weirdo. The other do you care was about this person Keita Rose was going off on the people on Ace Metaphor tonight's conversation, where she was either fired or let go, and then she just started exposing everything in that business. Y'all care about that?
what did she expose exactly? I heard about it, but I don't know details about what she was saying about people or what she supposedly exposed about the one dude.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play one episode. I'm gonna just play. Hold on. Cause she at episode 7. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I can hear it. Right.
Yeah, can't hear nothing.
okay. Let me see. How is it y'all heard the other one? Y'all didn't hear this one.
Uh,
Volumes. Volume. Turn the volume.
In relationships. The tour.
Let me know
I
if
had
y'all can
never
hear.
been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR
I
at
can
Kraft
hear it.
Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're going to take my son. So I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented Caleb the poet, and Mo, Joe, Joe. Look how happy I am. Stupid, stupid girl. This healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage man. Honestly, the show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers. TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye. Goodbye." This my best friend, and the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament. She was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with who's that? Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I ain't no oh shit. Because I put these niggas ass, I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay? In all true honesty, it's something about that scream hitting that.
And it goes on from there. So basically, she's been going on a little tirade about. You seen that show, Tonight's Conversation. You seen them clips, right? Y'all can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all see them clips of Tonight's Conversation, and like she was one of the people on there, and I guess when she was let go, her and another dude, light skinned dude with the beard, his name was Strip. They let go, and she just started the going off. She quit her job. They made her quit her job and all that other stuff, and she's basically been going on. It's like the exposing that dude Ace Metaphor because he's like Derek Jackson, Diet Derek Jackson. Like they go on this tour, and he's supposed to be like married, smashing all the groupies that be at the shows and all that stuff,
I
taking
don't
money
know if
from
he's
them.
married. I don't think he's married. I think he's single.
They say he was married. Yeah, on the joint she said he was married, but even then he was just smashing. But he was smashing all the groupies on the tours and all that other stuff. So yeah, because I think in the third episode it was just like she knew that he was smashing, and his wife would come up and like, "It's my wife a good man," and she would lie to her wife and all that other stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. That's why I just played that one episode. Hopefully,
Oh, child, that's crazy. Child.
this is before you go. This is all I'm gonna say. All these dating gurus, all these people that just pander, they're not going to be around much. So all these panderers, all these people that are, being gurus, and all these people that just been like trying to get their grifting off of money of people, obviously they're about to go to the wayside, and you're not going to see much of them no more. They're not going to be trying to make money. Some of them probably still trying to make something, but a lot. So that's to me, that's what it shows. It also shows that, for some reason we cannot keep a show together. It's like it seems like every time when something like this gets cooking, it seems like something always breaks up, and then that's when you figure out where all the bullshit comes out of. I've been seeing shit like this all the fucking time. So y'all go ahead. What y'all think?
She could have just walked away from that shit and minded her business for real.
Yes, you know how people are spiteful. Spiteful people will do spiteful things.
Yeah, but this is mad unnecessary. She could have just walked away from the shit and mind her business.
But now her end goal was to completely because I think it was like the thing is, it's something about some $500,000 that wasn't paid out, and I guess he didn't have plans on paying it, and which he was doing business with her ex boy, like her ex man. So he was planning on he loaned her ex man some money, and he planned on taking it out of her check without her acknowledgement because of I don't know the story. And so she want her money, and but she completely like I mean she ruined him. But then again, I never felt like I could like his personality never gave realistic to me. And you remember when was it that video we talked about this a while back, Ray? About like I feel like there's so many guys who just be trying to pander to like these desperate women, like
Yeah.
like they do these aesthetics that these women then get into these men's comment, and they're like, oh my god, it's like they're in a frenzy over like what they assume to be of the aesthetic of this man, of what they want from a man. But I'm just like, you don't even know this person. And ain't nobody, no offense to men, but there's not a single man in this world that literally meets every aesthetic box of every female. And tell me he's a real, like that's really who he is. It's just not realistic. The girls be so desperate, and like they be in this place where they feel like they're aging so badly. And no offense to Kevin Samuel, but he completely got them their minds screwed up. They feel like they've girls now have hit this point where they feel like they're losing time. Like they need to find somebody fast. Like, oh,
Oh, that's not.
the danger zone. I'm in the danger zone. So now they become so desperate.
That's not a Kevin Samuels thing. That's a woman thing. People, females was on that shit way before Kevin Samuels. The biological clock and all that. How much time you have before you can't have kids no more, and menopause kicks in and all of that.
No,
Women was
I'm
on
telling
that
you,
shit way before Kevin Samuels.
before Kevin Samuels, the level of delusion was beyond normal. Was beyond normal. They didn't really think they had a biological like people having babies in their deep 30s. Back then it was like, oh, when you're a little kid, you can't have a kid after 35. 35 is high risk. Then they seeing all these people having babies in their deep 40s, people holding surrogacy. Now at this point they freezing eggs. They delusional. They ain't got no time clock no more. They can have a surrogate carry their baby, freeze the eggs until it's ready to go. And then Kevin Samuel came with this podcast and Danger Zone, and you need to be realistic. You ain't got that much time. Then all of a sudden it was like a panic frenzy. Then all these dating, like yeah, you may have a little love gurus here and there, these dating gurus, this and that. But I think the top level of dating guru is definitely Kevin Samuel. He was the best to do it, and the level he had plans on making it. People try to do what he like. People are doing exactly what he had planned to do, but the level Kevin Samuel was at, I don't think anybody can really truly attain everything he had planned to originally do. He had planned to do speed datings, get-togethers. Like I think he had sat down with Tasha K and talked about some of his goals, the things he had planned.
Hmm.
He just never made it to the finish line.
Well, that's why we have so many Kevin Samuel clones, and none of them
But
are as good as.
homegirl, she bipolar, so
Yeah, she is bipolar. She is said
Mm,
it as she's
I
fully
feel like
bipolar.
Keita couldn't stop. The other portion of her just like, oh, we gotta take them down. And sometimes you gotta understand your people. He should have realized that she was. You knew she was crazy, so why would you even play her like that? He should have
They don't
waited
care
till the
about
tour
that.
was over
People trying to get their money.
to do all of that.
People trying to get their money.
He thought like every other person. The ones there was a few that left the show, and peacefully. He didn't. I guess he didn't. He didn't. It didn't register to him. She wasn't like the peaceful one. But that's it.
What about you, Dion?
I mean, that's why you don't play with certain people. Shit happens.
All right. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts? Well, that settles it. All right. Now on to our final thoughts, and I'm going to start with you, Material Life.
Mhm.
Material Life, you there?
Yeah.
Final. You got any final thoughts?
No, say it again.
You have any final thoughts?
No.
No. Okay. What about you, Dion?
Um, none really. Nah, I ain't got nothing tonight.
Okay. My usual final thoughts is I keep telling y'all that Elon Musk is going to destroy the world. I know, like, I can't physically prove it, but it's one of those gut feelings that I just don't. There's just some people you just don't trust. I do not trust Elon Musk, and that Nazi salute that he tried to do or that he was doing. It's just one of those reasons why I just can't trust him, man. He doesn't look trustworthy at all. I've been saying this for a while, and um, I can't wait till I feel like I want to say I can't wait till I prove it right, but I feel like when I prove it right, the world's gonna be fucked up.
He's
It's,
he's rich and he's white. Of course, he's not to be trusted.
and then also, how the fuck do you trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers? And like, what
You know
type
what's
of
so crazy? We was just talking about that.
the Luka Doncic to the Lakers? I
Yeah, me
wanted,
and my friend.
yeah, I wanted Q to be here. I did send the joint to Q, but Q didn't respond. But
It's been
because
a
I
long
did,
time since I heard from you.
but I was like, what type of blood sacrifice are we looking at? Where I don't, I don't know. This shit is weird.
You know
That's
what I think it is? I think sometimes people think they're bigger than what they really are, and sometimes ownership or like management or whatever the case may be, um, want to let the masses know like you're really not that.
I see what you're saying, and I can see them doing that because Luca's kind of looked at as the face of the league. He was
Yeah, for Dallas.
no, not the franchise, the league. Some people may look at the future of like the league, or international Larry Bird or some shit like that.
Mm.
Like he's in most people's top five like best players right now. Like he's in most people's top five, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like the fact that like he went to the Lakers for next to nothing. I know they gave up Anthony Davis, but and it's not against nothing against Anthony Davis because he's still a good player. But you could damn near say there's next to nothing. Kyrie is like 32, and then Clay Thompson is in his late 30s. So and
I feel like they betting on Kyrie though. Like, no offense. Like, I feel like they must have put their whole chip on Kyrie back because, like, I don't really know the deep thread of the story. Why would they give Luca away? 'Cause I can't. It just doesn't make sense right now. And I'm not sure if Luca's the one that begged to leave because he just felt like he was. I don't know. I just don't know.
for what it was kind of witnessed, like no one knew. LeBron didn't know, Luca didn't know, AD didn't know. They all found out. I found out this morning. Like I woke up, it was like Luca Doncic to the Lakers. I said, "What in the
It's one of those getting fired on your day off kind of things.
hell yeah?" By the way, I hope that never happens to anybody. Like, getting fired on your day off must suck.
Yeah. Sometimes it might be a blessing, to be honest.
Like,
Shit.
listen, but also, rest in peace for the people that died in that helicopter slash plane crash. I hate to
Yeah,
see things,
that's
but
crazy.
that
Rest in heaven
was
to
very
them.
sad.
Yeah, that's rough. That's,
That's rough.
I shoot. I told y'all in our group chat I actually had to go to that crash site.
What was it like?
Uh, shoot. I don't even know if I could. I don't even know if I could really put that to words. It's just the mood in that area. You know, everyone is like, yeah, everyone's trying to, I guess, stay positive or whatever, and keep the search going. But it's like you know what you're there for, and it's hard to keep your head up, knowing the exact reason of why you're there. Like like from where I was at, I could see the divers. Like I saw like a few pieces of the aircraft like still in the water and whatnot. Like, ugh.
It's going. I don't know. This is. I don't know. I think it's gonna get spooky out here when it comes to like natural disasters. I know that's not technically a natural disaster, but I feel like that's a sign of things. You ever just like it's a sign of things to come. It's just like
There's been a lot of incidents happening involving planes over like the last few days, honestly, over like basically over the course of the week.
so. You see where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, there's just something's wrong. Something's very wrong.
Like, it's like I don't know. It's just I don't want to like be like a conspiracy theorist, but it's just like all this shit is like very spookyish, and I feel like it's an omen, and like I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping I'm wrong, but this is just like stuff like this. It's just I don't know. Something like this, you can't ignore that. But that I don't know. I'm gonna end it there. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on the podcast as usual. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk shit again. This is Let Me Just Say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.